TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
This is Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Texas Life. Ann Harder here, and we're talking green communities today. And I have the beautiful new executive director of Keep Waco Beautiful, Carol Ferguson, who you're just coming up on a year in this role. Of course, Anna Dunbar led that wonderful organization for so many years and enjoying her well-deserved retirement. But Anna's still involved, right?
Yes, so she's on the board. She is actually our secretary, so she's helping keep us in line.
Good. Good. Well, she certainly knows where the bodies are buried.
Yes, exactly.
and the plants in this case, because we're talking about a very special conference that is coming up on September 14th. And it's not a first-time event for it, but this is the biggest.
This is definitely the biggest.
The Green Communities Conference has been.
So we are working collaboratively with different sectors in the community, about 20 different organizations around town. And we are seeing this collective impact model where we are tackling green and what it looks like to be green in our communities. And so we are focusing on sustainability and climate and water and soil energy, carbon, nonprofit. There's so many different sectors of the community that are touched by sustainability. And so with each person with their respective industries coming in with those visions and professionalism, we are coming forth with a full day of 20 different sessions that
20?
Yes, I know.
A lot to choose from.
Jam-packed day. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of a pick your own journey type of day. So you might come in and you might be an educator, and we have sessions for you on how to integrate kids into the nature.
So is this like count for continuing education?
We do actually have some CEUs. So if you are a master gardener or an urban naturalist or an Audubon Society, we actually have a session that will have CEUs available. So, yeah.
Good. So where will all this be happening?
So it's going to be at the BRIC. That is the Baylor Research Collaborative and Innovation. And that is at 100 Research Parkway.
Yeah, and so everything gets underway, I guess, bright and early if you've got so many sessions. I've noticed on your Facebook page, Keep Waco Beautiful, you have different speakers highlighted, and I know you've got some really powerhouse folks coming in.
We do, yeah. So Dr. Usenko from Baylor University is going to be opening up the day. He's our morning keynote, and he is just a fantastic professor at the university that will be talking about this, about climate and sustainability and how it's all connected. And then the entire day, like I said, you can kind of pick your own journey and kind of select which sessions you'd like to do. We will have Bird Colchin Ford will have some EVs on site, so you can check out their new Ford Lightning.
Neat.
Yeah, so exciting.
People are very interested in electric vehicles.
Yeah, and now's a good time. You know, we may not be in the market for it now, but at least kind of getting your feet wet to figure out which one you might want in the future. We're kind of moving in that direction. Yeah. And then our end day keynote is Dr. Reverend Heber Brown III, and he is over the Black Food and Security Network, and he's coming all the way from Maryland to talk about how he's integrated Black churches into fighting food insecurity and sustainability. So we're excited for the full day. It's going to be really awesome.
Well, it impacts so many aspects of life. The term sustainability, of course, you know, I immediately think of recycling.
Yeah, it's usually something that comes
as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're all experiencing that right now. We're in a, however many month long drought. We are under water restrictions.
Yes.
It's pretty evident that we are fighting for sustainability within our lives. Even if you aren't as familiar with it, we're hoping that this conference will engage our leaders, whether you're in nonprofit, education, health, or you're just a community member and you're just interested and you want to know more. This one-day free event is open to the public. Registrations are required, but it's free and open to the public to learn and engage and get connected in the community to see ways that we can fight for sustainability in Waco.
So how can folks sign up for this?
Yeah, so great question. So you just go to keepwacobeautiful.org/green communities, and you'll see all about the day that you can sign up for, register, pick the sessions you want to be in.
Right, you'll have everything outlined for you because it would be hard to choose. There are so many interesting folks that will be presenters.
Exactly. And so, my work where I'm in, we do stuff with the water, but maybe water quality isn't so much of my field of work, but I'm really interested in waterborne litter and how that economic impact impacts our community, not just us as citizens, but our city as development continues to happen. Everything is economic development and impacted when it comes to sustainability. And so there's so many sessions you can pick from, and they're all free. So it's just going to be a really exciting day to get engaged.
Well, I want to learn more about Keep Waco Beautiful, where things are now with this great organization. It's been around quite a while.
Yeah, so we are in our 43rd year.
43rd
Yes,
year.
isn't that amazing? And so I've just had the great privilege to, I'm just almost at my year mark and learning from all the great work that Keep Waco Beautiful has done. So we exist to engage and inspire the community to make Waco a more beautiful and sustainable place to live, which makes sense that we're involved in the conference. We
Absolutely
want sustainability to happen in Waco. And so we love to work collectively and collaboratively with different people in the community, whether they're nonprofit organizations, Baylor University, or different businesses and entities that want to get their feet wet in the community and find ways to make our city more beautiful and clean. We just really believe that our citizens thrive when they are surrounded by beauty. You as a gardener, when your plants are gorgeous.
About our gardening woes this summer. It's been a sad year.
It's been bad. But when we have a beautiful garden, just how much that impacts you and your health, your vitality.
Your mental health.
And, not
just
everyone.
Your happiness level,
Exactly.
Gardening is important.
It's my therapy right now. And so, you don't have to be a gardener to enjoy beauty. You don't have to be someone who wants to have a plant to enjoy beauty, but that is all really important for our community and the vitality of our citizens. And so, Keep Waco Beautiful, we've done many projects throughout the years, one of which is Heritage Square, which many people know about. There's a lot of events there. Yeah, Indian Springs Park, Miss Nellie's Pretty Place. We've done some work out there with native flowers. And so, we just really see that Waco has so much to offer, and we want our community to be thriving, whether it's beauty or clean or just ways to be engaged.
Well, now I know you and your staff, involved in doing all this. Do you have a lot of volunteers, or how does all that, or does someone join Keep Waco Beautiful?
Yeah.
How does all that work?
So we do have a membership model, and it's $50 a year, and you get discounts at local nurseries. And
cool.
Yes.
I need to join up. I can't believe I didn't know about that.
And we both spend a lot of money at nurseries as gardeners. I know that's the truth.
And every different one, I spread it around.
Same.
So,
yeah. Oh, this person has this or this, we're all in the know. So that's a fun way to be engaged. And you also get to be the first to know about special events. For instance, rainwater harvesting, we'll be doing that again soon, hopefully this fall.
Good.
So
I think that's going to be on more people's radar than maybe ever in the past.
Absolutely.
Because of how this summer has been.
It's been hard for sure. And so we're really excited to bring that back, as well as, there's just different ways that we can be engaging with you as a community member. For volunteers, our volunteers are one of our biggest assets. We love our volunteers. They literally are the reason why we're here in a lot of ways. And so we engage with a lot of volunteers, especially from Baylor University. We have a lot of organizations who'd like to volunteer with us.
Sure.
Community members, organizations, and businesses. We've taken people like Topgolf out, all these different organizations in town to just make our city more beautiful and clean. So, we have all the information at keepwacobeautiful.org/volunteer. There's several ways to be involved, and we have a lot of events coming up this fall, especially with Ironman and all these races that are coming into town. We have a lot of activity that's going to be happening this fall.
Well, I had a couple of years of not much going on.
Yes.
Because of what. I don't even like to say the word. No. But, folks are ready to get engaged and get back signed up for things again.
Absolutely. And what's amazing is we all want to feel proud about our community. We want to be proud about our city.
Well, and there's so much more of a spotlight on Waco.
Yeah. So why not take advantage? Yeah, exactly. Was it called again?
Yeah. Who were those people? That's right. Yeah, the silo's not far from where we're sitting right now. But Yes, and so many people have come into the community as visitors and tourists, and it's important to showcase what a lovely place this is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of opportunity to make our city beautiful, and we are a smaller organization, so tackling those issues that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, oh, we need planters downtown, or maybe we need this in this part of the community, or maybe our parks should have more trees. All of that is running through my brain constantly, and so if you want to be involved in that, just reach out to us, and we can find ways to collaborate and make that happen.
Yeah, at keepwacobeautiful.org.
Yes.
Yeah, you can sign up. I recall, having Anna come on the TV show, and we had Central Texas Living talking about, a cleanup that was planned, and I presume you have those kinds of events
Constantly
scheduled when the weather's a little cooler.
Yes.
I hope.
We're taking a small break because August has been hot. And, I think our last cleanup was we're preparing for Waco, making sure our river was clean for the racers. And it was a frosty 105 that morning. And so I think just for the, safety of our volunteers.
But it is a safety issue for swimmers and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the issues, when you think of our river, we actually deal with an upstream issue. We have things that come from cities that, obviously we don't have a Kroger here. So we'll see Kroger bags,
oh my goodness,
fire extinguishers, tires, refrigerators, the most bizarre things we pull out of that river. But I love our river cleanups because people either they come with their own kayaks or they come and borrow from different businesses that we partner with, like Waco Paddle, Pura Vida, depending on what part of the river.
Make a kind of a fun day out of it.
It's such a fun thing, yes. And so, especially the Baylor students, they love to get in the river and pull out all the trash, and they kind of make it into a competition. And so, it's just a really great way to preserve one of the most beautiful things that we have to offer here in Waco.
Yeah, important. I mean, I was just hearing the other day about how the river, that part of the river, is so ideal for these punter teams and for training, even for Olympic type training. And really, we're on the cusp of something really big happening.
Absolutely.
Do you know, you have any insight on it?
I do. So
you want to spill the beans?
I don't want to spill too many beans, but I'll spill at least a bean or two.
No. It really, it's very exciting.
Yeah. So one of the events that we're looking at this year, beyond Ironman, which is utilizing the river. So Waco Rowing is doing an event on, I believe that's November 4th, day after Stepping Out, which is the Saturday, November 3rd. And we'll be dispersing about 500 or more Baylor students throughout the city on November 3rd to make sure our city is beautiful, especially the river, preparing for that event. And so, there's going to be a lot of exciting events happening on the river. We probably have already seen some Olympic rowing teams come through.
And you might not have known that's what you were watching.
May have not even known. We probably just thought it was Baylor practicing or something, which is still amazing.
What is it about the river that makes it so ideal for that? I mean, I understand it really is unique and how good it is for training for these folks.
Absolutely. So I believe it's just the accessibility to it. I believe the flow of the river probably makes a big impact. I actually do water rowing on a machine, and even that is really difficult for me.
It's hard work. It's hard work. It's a great workout.
It's good. It builds a lot. Mom arms are really definitely needed. But I think that's just a huge aspect. And again, all of this is tied to sustainability. All of this is tied to economic impact. We want these teams to be training here because that just adds more value to our city.
Absolutely.
Brings in more funding to, make our businesses and small businesses flourish, which is so vital for our community. And so whatever our organization does, we want to make sure that whatever we are doing out in the community is just impacting everybody, no matter where you are in the city. Our goal is to make sure our city is beautiful as it can be.
They're doing so much to make sure that happens. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll visit more with Carol. I want to learn more about you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything. And basically, I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
And we're back with Carol Ferguson, who is the executive director of Keep Waco Beautiful, talking about all the great work of KWB. But I want to talk more about you. Where are you from? Waco?
I am.
You're a native Waco.
I am a local, yes. Born and raised. I lived in Tyler for a couple of years and I came back.
That's a beautiful part of Texas.
I love it. The trees.
And the
gorgeous.
roses.
Yes, roses, azaleas. Oh my gosh, I've never seen azaleas.
Yeah, we just
bloom like
don't
that.
do azaleas here.
No, it's that soil. That soil
It's
is
hard.
everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I lived there for a couple of years and I came back in 2009 and somehow got stuck here. Love the community. Passionate about Waco and seeing the prosperous of, so many things happening here. I've had my hands in a lot of different sectors of the community, worked in small businesses for a while and helped start up of, not financially, but just emotionally invested in several local businesses here in town.
You like?
Dichotomy Coffee and Spirits.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Wine shop off 18th in Austin. And then Balcones Distilling. I was actually one of the first people to be joining on with Casey Hooper to open the front of house for the experience. Yes. So all the visitor experience, that was something that we were able to kind of put our handprint on and, curate it for what it is today. And the team has taken it to, beautiful levels with tours and tastings and events. And
talk about a local success story.
So big. And, they're international. And so it's kind of an exciting thing that we have right here. And did you know that they're sustainable as well?
Well, tell me, how is that?
So I know they're still working on some of their practices, but even when I was working there several years ago, they would have these farm trucks come through. And so when you make whiskey, you start with a mash. So think of oatmeal. You get those little oats and there's some liquid that comes out of it.
Right.
That the liquid turns into beer, then later whiskey. That's kind of the steps. But essentially those oats go back to the farmers and there's no alcohol in it. It's like you just made oatmeal and the farmers go and use it for their cattle. So that's minimizing.
Nothing's wasted.
Nothing's wasted. And so that's minimizing so much waste in the community. And you get to feed cows, which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Fresh grains, fresh oatmeal.
As long as the milk doesn't come out tasting a little.
I mean, yeah, a little Irish, I guess
Irish.
Texan per
That's
se.
funny.
But yeah, so, I worked in those communities and then I kind of stepped back into the nonprofit realm at Startup Waco. That's where we met several years ago.
Right.
And so I had that pleasure of working there. Took a side step into marketing for a second to see if this is something I wanted to do. I spent most of my 20s and early 30s figuring out what I wanted to do.
Of course.
So by the time that midlife crisis comes around, I'm like, I'm good. I know what I want to do.
I know what I want to do.
Yes,
I'm
I know exactly
where I need to be.
And that's where I am today. I keep Waco beautiful, and I absolutely love it. This is just a dream job for me. So,
Okay, your family?
yes. So I have a little girl. She actually just started kindergarten yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So
It's a big
one.
How's mom doing with
Okay, actually, I thought I would cry, but I didn't. We did pre-K right over here at First Baptist Waco, and it was just the perfect program for her, and so she's excited. So I'm hoping
she's ready.
she's ready. Oh yeah, she loves it. So
Well, it goes fast.
it does, and I'm like, I gotta just slow down a little bit here and take everything step by step.
Yeah, just enjoy it all. Well, I'm sure she enjoys coming along with you on some of the events you've got going on.
Yeah, so she'll probably be joining me some this year just because my husband and I both work sometimes on Saturdays. And so she'll be there probably helping doing stuff. And I'm hoping to get her out in the kayak at some point because she loves being out in water and everything. So,
The ideal growing up.
The ideal growing up. I know, exactly.
Yeah. What a fun family to be in. Well, you've got this great conference coming up. That's what started us off with our podcast today, September 14th.
Yes, ma'am.
Which will be here quickly.
Really quick, yeah.
So, how long can people sign up to? Can even the day of the event, or you just need to know who's coming?
Yeah, potentially. So we are capped out in certain rooms because
because of the size.
Because of the size. So certain sessions, we try to maneuver it just thinking about, okay, who's coming, who's, if there's CEUs available, the interest level. And so some rooms are capped out at a small number, and then others we have up to 80, and then others up to 140. And so depending on the sessions, we might have to close.
The Brick is an ideal place for something like that.
Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing to be able to use this space. Baylor University, Melissa Mullins with Crosser, she was able to secure that spot. So that was a wonderful in-kind donation for us just to be able to have this event there. And the nice thing is attendees can go and see what's actually happening there because so many people have never been there. There's so many great people, organizations, and businesses that are really doing a lot of projects there that would be really fun to see.
So you can pick and choose. You can make a all day of it, or
absolutely
go to one.
Yeah, and regardless,
your wonderful keynote.
Yeah, exactly. So regardless of your plan, you still get an awesome tote bag, reusable, sustainably made.
Good. There are treats.
There's treats. You gotta love treats. And then a reusable
swag.
Some swag, yes. And then a reusable ceramic mug. Lunch is provided. Breakfast is provided.
Really?
And then we'll actually have an in-day happy hour at Balcones Distilling.
Get out!
Yes.
And this is a free event.
Free event, yes. So come to all of it. Obviously, Balcones, we hope that you can come and not drink all the whiskey, but drink some, and then the rest you can purchase, if that makes sense. We can't just give away bottles of whiskey.
That makes plenty of sense.
As much as I'd love to. But yeah, we're just really thrilled to be able to put this on with the Waco Sustainability Network.
I'd like to get a little bit more into, so who are all the partners in your network? Again, it's the city of Waco and Baylor.
We have different representatives across the city. So we even have MCC, Urban Reap with Mission Waco, Cameron Park Zoo, and we have sorry, I'm blanking. We have several people just with Texas Parks and Wildlife, the Waco Mammoth Site, the wetlands, all these people who really care about preserving our city, preserving the beauty that's here, and just making sure that our community is set up for success as it relates to sustainability.
Well, it's going to be a fabulous event. And again, you go to Keep Waco Beautiful. You can go to your Facebook page even, really.
Yep. It's linked.
Become a friend there.
Become a friend there. It's linked in our bio on our Instagram. And we are just starting to push a little bit more on LinkedIn as well. So if you're on LinkedIn, you can find some more information there.
Anywhere you can think of,
Yeah,
you can
go use all those free
Keep
markets.
Waco beautiful, and you can just look around the city and see the good work that you all are doing.
Thanks, Ann.
Well, Carol, I like to end these visits with a questionnaire similar to the one the late great James Lipton used on Inside the Actors Studio. So
Love it.
know, but it's
Yes.
my little take on his questions. So I will ask you, what is your favorite word?
Oh, community.
Yeah,
Believe it or not. I mean, that's why I'm here.
yeah, I believe
That's
that.
my word.
I have no trouble believing. What's your least favorite word?
Mildew.
Now that's a first.
Yeah, I'm sure most people say moist, but yeah,
Well, yeah, I think I have heard moist, but
yeah,
mildew is
it's just gross. It's icky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can go with that. So, what turns you on spiritually, emotionally, creatively?
For me, traveling and being in nature.
Really?
Yeah, something about it. Even if I
Just going to new places?
to new places, or even if I get a good, really cold early morning hike at Cameron Park, that's like, that smell,
Yeah.
that just like kind of enriches you, and it's just, you're just out there and it just feels so fresh. That even fills my soul. Yeah, but traveling, I love to travel, and
Favorite place you've been?
Oh man, as a city, I love Boston. I think
I
there's
know.
a special tie there for me.
It's a wonderful walkable city.
It's a
too.
wonderful walkable city,
Yeah.
and I just love it. But actually, this summer I had the opportunity to go up to Estes Park, and
Yeah.
I
My
feel.
middle son got married.
Oh, did he?
at
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. It's beautiful.
So
yeah.
beautiful. And I went up in May, and believe it or not, but there was snow just piled,
What?
feet high. Yes,
In May.
and then it snowed a couple days later in Denver. So yeah,
That's a little crazy.
it was crazy, and I'm not a fan of snow per se. Like it's fine, but Winter Storm Erie made me indifferent about it. But I actually just something about the way the trees were moving and the sounds and just the smell of the the cedar. Like I sound like I should be a beaver or something, but it was just gorgeous. It blew me away.
Well, what turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I think for me, having to do a lot of computer work.
Yeah.
Just
I'm sure
having
you have to do some.
I do quite a bit.
Budgets, that kind of thing.
Yeah, numbers not my favorite thing, but I like numbers whenever I'm getting funding. Who doesn't as a
Right.
nonprofit?
That's right. Keep
But,
those cards and letters
having
coming
to
in. Yeah.
maneuver the budget to make things work. It's not my best skill, but I'm getting better at it.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to do that.
Just gotta do it.
What sound do you love the most?
I love just sitting on my back porch, again, a cool morning, and just hearing the birds go crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like
Looking forward to that day, aren't we?
I'm so ready for it, Ann. Oh my gosh, this
I know
heat's
it's
got to
been a
go.
brutal summer. It
It
really
has.
has.
But that simple with my coffee, just hearing the birds kind of get started for the
quiet.
day. It's perfect.
Yeah. Very good. What sound do you hate?
I cannot do silverware scraping together.
Silverware.
Yeah. Like
Really?
a
Kind of
knife.
that high-pitched.
that's- Yeah. Oh, I just got a little chill from that. Not
Now,
my
that's a first.
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah,
one of those
but I
that
know what you're talking about.
stings
I
me.
just-
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What other profession would you've done a lot of different things.
I did. I've done a
a
lot.
lot of different things. What other one would you like to have tried?
Oh, that's a great one. Well, I can say I've marked off bartending and attentive nursing. I didn't get my nursing degree, but I was a CNA at one point. Again, trying to figure out what I wanted to be in my 20s. I do not want to do those things. So I know when I hit my midlife crisis, I'm like, check. Part of me feels like I would have loved being a stand-up comedian. I'm like, and I'm not that I find myself that funny. It's just I have
You've got a lot of personality.
I have personality and I have a lot of dark humor, and I, as a human, I love to laugh and I love to make people laugh.
Yes.
And I'm always trying to find the satirical moment in anything, even in settings I probably shouldn't. And so I often find myself
Can be a little inappropriate.
It can be
at
pretty
times.
inappropriate. I'm, as a professional, I'm learning. Okay,
You
maybe
have
now
to
is not the right
rein
time.
that in
Yes.
a little bit sometimes,
and
yeah.
that just requires a little bit of emotional intelligence as well. But a skill we're all learning. But I love to make people laugh, and there's often times where I'll be in a social setting and I'm trying to get steps ahead of them to make that joke, or even tie the first joke in back into the conversation. And there's something about that I think, laughter brings people together and smiles on people's faces.
And it's good for you.
It's healing.
It is good for you. Well, you've already said what job you would not want to do. In fact, a couple.
Yeah.
Nursing, not.
Yeah, not for me. And I like those heroes, and they are absolutely heroes to me.
They are.
I did that for almost a year and a half, and it was probably one of the most difficult as a CNA, and I wasn't even administrating hardly anything. That was just general
You're
patient
just helping
care.
out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was hard.
But it's so important.
But yeah,
Wow.
I would probably not ever do that again if I had to.
Well, I'm here to tell. As a mother, you know that.
Yes.
You're doing nursing care all the time.
Basically, yeah. Believe it or not, I've only changed adult diapers until my daughter. I finally changed a child's diaper. It's a little different. I had to learn.
yeah. It's different when
Very
it's your
different.
own. When it's your own.
Yes.
Well, finally, what do you want to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh my gosh. Come on in. We got some wine.
The really good stuff. too.
Yeah, I mean, he made it, so let's check it out.
The really good
You've
stuff.
heard about it all along. You're
That's
like,
right.
Let's see what this is.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
try that vintage. Well, it's great. It's wonderful to visit with you, Carol. It's
Yeah.
been so much fun, and I love Keep Waco Beautiful. You know that, and the work you all do, and this conference on the 14th of September. I hope a lot of you will sign up for that and take advantage of this great opportunity.
Thank you, Anne. I really appreciate this time with you and just being able to connect and catch up.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.